Autonomy is an illusion. Autonomy is an illusion.
Good morning and what's going on, my friends? Welcome to another Subie-Shaves video with me on a beautiful day. Hashtag Team All Blade and hashtag No Blade Left Behind. All I've got to say is Subie smiles to all of you and squad goals. Thank you so much, squad, for tuning in and for joining me. I'm thrilled to have you here. Hopefully wherever you're watching from, you got yourself something cold in your hand and you're sitting in a comfy chair. Wheel it on in and welcome. I'm thrilled to have you here. Today I'm really excited. Today's a special day. It's my birthday and I want to share a shave with you. Thank you again for being here, and today it's a special shave, not only because it's my birthday, but because we've got the brand new Shield razors in hand. We've got the DE2 and the AC2. I have been waiting to do this shave, and I'm really excited. It just so happened to coincidentally line up with my birthday, and I think that's awesome. Mike sent these over to us. He said happy birthday. He's been a big follower and subscriber to the channel for a long time. He's been a supporter, and as you guys have known, we've done a bunch of videos for Shield, and I love the products he produces. These are GR5 titanium razors. We've got it in the Artist Club using the beautiful MG. These are Kai MG blades, and they're the yellow pack, yellow black. And we've got the Shield AC, the Shield DE2, which is using Wizamet Super Iridiums. Again, this right here is a 70-gram razor, and this is 36 grams. Very different shavers. We're going to talk about it. They've received updates versus their previous generations, and the previous generation is no longer going to be offered. So if you want those razors, get them now before they're gone, because he's not going to continue producing them. We'll talk about both razors, how they stack up side by side. But today I figured, why separate the videos? Why do two different ones? Well, we could just do one Shield razor video with my birthday. I want to use both today. Come with me. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be talking about Mickey Lee Drunken Goat with the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Chocolate Bourbon. We're mixing it up today. We're going wild. We're changing brands up. And the reason why is I do not have the splash for Mickey Lee. Mickey Lee is unobtainium. It's almost as old as I am, to be really honest at this point. The puck is completely separated. It's ancient. It is old, but it still has a great smell to it. It smells like chocolate and coconut. To me, it smells like chocolate coconut. It's like something delicious. I would eat this every day. It smells like cake. Chocolate cake. And this came by my way of my good friend Charles. I'm going to give him a shout out. Huge shout out to Engineered Shave. My buddy Charles, thank you so much for sending this our way so many years ago. Love this one still. And honestly, I only use this for special occasions. How many of you right now, let me know in the comments, have a special soap for special occasions? How many of you have like a scent set out that you use like once a year? I'm really curious if there's anybody else like that. My wife told me I was weird. She's like, that's weird. Why would you have a special? I love it. I have one I get out every single year. Mickey Lee Drunken Goat. It's one of my favorites. Smells like chocolate, and we're mixing that up with chocolate bourbon from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, which I think is a really nice pairing. If you have the Drunken Goat and you're looking for a really good pairing, I like that one from Doug. I think it matches up really good. My lather today, I will not lie, was not as perfect as I wanted to. I felt a little ashamed. There was some like chunks in there. You can kind of see them here. There was some chunks, and I do believe that's some of the age, and I'm fine with that. At this, you can see right there, that's partially just age, and that's also the Subie newbie experience here. But I love the soap. It smells really nice. I just want to call out that it is not, you know, as easy to lather as it used to be when it was softer, but I still absolutely love the scent. And if you do see some of the little soap granulars floating around during the shave, that's why. Oh, it's going to be awesome. Yes, I am a year older. The channel has continued on another year, and I cannot believe how far it has come. Thank you all so much for the love, the support, the enthusiasm, and the excitement that you share with me on the daily. I love being able to do this here, and this kind of stuff is what gets me super excited. I was a person that had irritation and problems for so many years, trying all the different variations of shaving until I found wet shaving, and it changed my life. It made my skin so much happier. It begs to be touched. It doesn't mind being touched, and I do not get the irritation, razor burn. I don't get the red splotchiness anymore. And I'm telling you this, if you're a head shaver and you have sweat, right, and you're irritated all the time from sweat, Wet shaving really made it so that even when I sweat, I don't have irritation. I love the craft, I love the hobby, and I love the art form in itself. But to be perfectly honest, it wouldn't be as great without people like Mike producing razors like this. Love these two absolutely beautiful razors. I love a light, nimble razor, and these both fit in that category for me. This right here, 36 grams. Can we just mention here the new AC2, 36 grams with that beautiful, almost colonial general styled handle. It's shorter than the Vector handle by a little bit. It does use the peg, the square peg, but if you compare the razors side by side, this is a pretty drastic departure and innovation over the Vector and the new YATES AC razor. The brand new Romulus razor from YATES is also very different. When you sit them side by side, you'll notice this head cap sits a little bit more flush, it's a little bit more round, and it has some little edge cutouts right there next to the blade where it allows the blade corner to engage the skin, whereas the YATES does not. You see how it goes all the way to the corner, whereas this does not? It lets that blade corner engage the skin. Kind of more similar to the Vector, but part of the problem with the Vector for me is that metal, if you look at the cap here, is so thin compared to how thick this is, right? That's noticeably thicker. It allows the blade to get more rigidity and also the head cap not to warp. This razor warps for me. It's worked for me for years. It's a razor I do not pick up regularly. And I talk to people all the time that mention, you know, about all the praise that the Vector gets and why theirs isn't shaving well. And I feel strongly, a lot of people love the Vector and it's a beautiful, exceptional razor from Blackland. But mine came with problems. And I've met a lot of other people that have problems with the thinner head cap and the metal. And kind of, you know, as the warping happens, some of the issues that occurs with the shave. For me, I like these little bit thicker head caps that are not going to warp. And I think Mike has gone to an extra level to really innovate on the design and take it up a notch. I love the head cap shape. And I'm telling you this, on the face, holy goodness gracious, laser level close. So comfortable, so easy, and we're doing it both ways, right? DEs and ACs, because we're part of that hashtag team all blade. We're just doing it, we're enjoying it. We're saying we're embracing both sides of the craft, right? SCs, DEs, bring it on. We're doing it all today. Loving it. Let's start the shave. I'm going to start with the AC razor again. This is not a battle or like we're going to compare the two brand new razors. This is just, I want to use both for my birthday. Join me. That's all this is. Let's get some swipes done here. I love this new one from Mike. It is extremely mild. I reached out to Mike and I said, you know, let's talk about the two razors side by side. You can see I can even shave while doing other things here. This is the original, and when you compare it to the original, it's a lot smaller, it's a lot lighter, and it's much more nimble. I think more people will like this. Now, the original one kind of reminded me a little bit of the Hawk. The shape of it, very similar to the Hawk. And the Claymore, right? The Alpha Claymore. But it was much more mild than the Alpha Claymore. I found it to be almost like an in-between the Hawk and the Claymore. To be honest, the first generation. Whereas this one very, very, very much more imitates like the new Romulus as far as the skin fill goes. But I get more efficiency out of this razor than I did the Romulus. To be honest, you can see it's taking down stubble like you wouldn't believe. I'm sitting on 3 days of growth. 3 days of growth. I was literally waiting at the mailbox, sitting there just pacing back and forth, waiting for this to come for the birthday shave. I wasn't sure it was going to make it, but you can just see it is coming off with this AC razor. If you've never used an AC razor, I always tell people, go slowly, make sure to watch your angles, and do not use pressure. It may feel different than a DE razor blade, but the critical part is you still maintain your form, because these razors tend to like to bite because the blades are deceiving. They're very deceptive. They're very smooth, very easy to use, and they're extremely close. Mike has mentioned to me that the razor continues to offer the ability to use injector blades, the Persona brand. I do not have any to do any testing for you guys. I apologize for that fact. I do not carry the Persona line of injector blades because I do not like them. I bought a box, I used them, we showcased them a couple times on channel, and I have not repurchased them because I don't love them. They're a cheaper injector blade, but for me they don't last as long. Man, I'm getting a close shave. I am getting an underneath the rainbow Snickers level kind of shave. This right here is good enough to make me come back for seconds. I like that a lot. Wow, look at this thing. Just easy and nimble. Yeah, I love this. Now, Mike's razor was a razor that really encouraged me to stop picking up other AC razors and to use his, right? The Asylum's great, but it's very efficient. Very efficient, and I don't have enough stubble usually to really warrant the amount of club that the Asylum razor swings with, right? That's like using a driver on a putting range. It's kind of how it usually feels with me. This is very, very, very nice. Much more up my alley, I think, as far as the day-to-day level of shaving. I love how just it's very, very inviting, very approachable, very friendly. Wow, I like that. Smooth, easygoing, kind of like an autopilot AC. Very light. If you don't like light razors, you're not going to love this. 36 grams. This is light razor, but very, very tactile, ergonomic. I love the grip in the hand. Those little grooves produce a lot of tactability. Like they produce a really good hand feel. Really good hand feel even when it's wet. We're going to switch it up here and go to the AC razor or the DE razor now. Again, this is cool. He's changed the design of the DE razor. It now has the shield in there. It's a 0.95 gap and slightly positive exposure razor. So it definitely has some performance to it. But he told me out of his own mouth that his goal was to take his razor line and kind of make it more mild while maintaining efficiency. He said more people were reaching out and saying they like razors that were more mild and efficient. And I don't think that's a problem. I think more people gravitate in the middle towards, you know, medium efficient and smooth. I think that's what people like, especially people that are not seasoned wet shavers, right? Now, I'm not saying not to use the razor that works for your stubble. If you're a person that is got Sasquatch growth, you know, then that 0.95 gap may clog on you often. But for me, I'm more of the middle ground person. I tend to shave, you know, 2-3 days max. And for me, I need that more medium level efficiency. This is very smooth compared to his original one, right? It has a similar shape. So if you use the original one and you weren't a fan of the shape, you may still feel the same way. It's a narrow head cap. And I had a buddy reach out to me and say it was too narrow for him. For me, it's a razor. If I follow that head cap angle, I can get a very close shave, very easy shave. They removed that Wolfman style pin that kind of goes into the base plate, which is interesting. Mike gravitated away from that in this new design and has gone towards more of like the peg and it inserts into the base plate, which is cool. I like the idea behind it. It's a really smooth shaver. Good heavens. If you're a bald man, this is basically it. This is where it is at. Love, love, love being able to shave with titanium and get a really light, easygoing, very smooth head shave and control the head shave. Wow, yeah, that's great. That right there is what it is about. That is as close as you're going to get. I can tell you that much. You can see here, the stubble just completely annihilated, just absolutely obliterated the growth, and it did so without any issues, any drag, any chatter. Love what Mike's doing over there. Again, huge shout out to Mike over at Shield. Talk about innovation, am I right here? I love this new Artist Club razor from Shield. I think they've taken a lot of the concepts that Canada came out with the Vector and improved and innovated. It's different. I will be straight up honest. It is different, but I like the shave feel of this better. It's very smooth. When you stack them side by side, both razors shaved phenomenally. Love them both. Snickerlicious, bowl full of the good stuff. Talk about a spoonful of malls. But if I were to have to choose one or the other, I just think that this one's very unique, right? This feels much more like the standard safety razor I'm used to, whereas this, very unique, extremely efficient for as smooth and mild as it is. And you can see the stubble just wiping off. Love this one, and again, I cannot wait to use this with a couple other blades and maybe compare it to some of the other razors on the market. You know what I mean? This was great. Huge shout out again to Mike. I know I talked to him just recently, and he said he's still working on a few little improvements. He wants to make the handle maybe slightly longer and increase the weight to about 42 grams. So there's still some things that are being worked on, but in this format, I'm telling you, this is the razor for me that could be the dark horse on the market as far as Artist Club razors. Love this thing. How awesome. Again, huge shout out to Mike. Wow. We're grabbing ourselves a little chocolate bourbon here from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. We're going to go on straight on the skin, see if we have any irritation, nicks, or flare-ups here. Let's check it out, see how we did. Oh, we smell like chocolate, we smell like booze, and we smell delicious. I can tell you this, my skin has never been happier, and honestly, it's as close as it can get. It's as close as you would ever want it to be. I love Artist Club razors. You do not have to use a lot of pressure. You do not have to use a lot of effort, and they will shave phenomenally as long as you watch your form. Love this shave, and I loved having you here for it. Thanks for joining me for a birthday one. I know it's a little less formal. I know we're just kind of kicking back and enjoying it together, and I hope you enjoyed it. I loved doing the intro video. I included fire, right? Little pyrotechnics going on there. I had so much fun putting this video together, and I really appreciate each and every one of you for going below, ringing the bell, and being a part of the channel. Thank you so much again. I hope you enjoyed it, and until we talk, Subes out.